So something very suspicious is going on here, all right? Is this a cover up? Is this a coincidence? This is one of the many strings of fires and weird events that we've seen over the past few months, and they keep getting weirder and weirder, honestly. And the timing of this very suspicious, very suspect. Is this a cover up? Is something bigger going on? Or is it nothing? Is this just a freak accident? Coincidence. Either way, this is going to affect things that have been in place for decades, all right? Police keep evidence for decades on some cases, and some of this evidence could be destroyed now, right? And this could be for future cases as well. So let's dive into it, and we'll also touch on some other suspicious things that are going on too, that maybe they're related, maybe they're not. All right, so let's dive into this because this is just too strange. This is like Twilight Zone that this is happening. So the NYPD, their main evidence warehouse has caught on fire, a massive fire that can be seen all over the city of New York right now is happening. So massive fire rips through NYPD auto yard. Social media is a buzz with footage of massive fire at a waterfront warehouse used by the New York City Police Department. Local news Fox 5 New York said that the Erie Basin Auto Pound warehouse is located in Brooklyn. The NYPD said a vehicle caught on fire and spread throughout the facility. First responders arrived at the Auto Pound around 10:30 Eastern Time. The fire is still raging 2 hours later. There are more than 140 firefighters at the scene. 140. That is a ton. And here is some footage thanks to Zero Hedge. Here's some reporting from people on Twitter. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you go follow me on Twitter, right? I haven't mentioned it in videos. I've been linking it down below in the description, but not that many people are following me. Go follow me on Twitter. I'm going to start posting a lot more exclusive news on there that you guys can find, all right? And I'll start posting these articles and stuff too if you want to go read them after the video, all right? So make sure you go follow me on Twitter. I haven't been posting much because I haven't gotten many followers on it, but go follow me on Twitter right now. Go do that because that's where a lot of the breaking news is coming from, all right? So let's dive into this footage here. It says breaking massive fire breaks out at the NYPD Evidence Control and Impound warehouse. Currently, multiple emergency crews are responding to a massive 3 alarm fire at the NYPD Evidence Control and Impound warehouse with thick black smoke seen miles away. Shout out to Raw's Alert and Zero Hedge for providing these updates on this. He also said the massive 3 alarm NYPD warehouse smoke fire can be seen all the way from the Manhattan skyline, which is approximately 7 miles away from the location and currently showing up on Doppler radar. So people were also mentioning too that it's kind of strange that this is happening on a very clear day. No clouds in the sky, no spraying, nothing's blocking the view here. You can see it miles and miles away, and you can see here from people are recording videos. I don't want to play the videos because these are the people's videos. I don't want to get copyrighted for them, but this is a screenshot. You can see in the back the smoke billowing up from the Manhattan skyline, all right? This person was saying someone blew up the NYPD evidence facility while I was studying for my evidence exam. All right. So apparently they're studying, this person is studying for the evidence exam for the NYPD to get into it, and then the building gets hit. All right, just kind of ironic. And here's what the ATF is saying. ATF NY is on the scene in support of our partners FDNY in response to the 3 alarm fire in Red Hook section of Brooklyn, New York. Please direct all media inquiries to FDNY. And it says FDNY members are currently operating at a 3 alarm fire at 700 Columbia Street in Brooklyn, New York. All right. So What's going on? It's just very suspicious. Okay, this SBF guy, Sam Bankman Fried, the CEO founder of FTX, which was supposedly this very dangerous money laundering cryptocurrency scheme. That's what it looks like it was. And this guy was around a lot of big people. Okay, this guy had pictures with top leaders all over, and it said he donates to both sides, Democrat and Republican, people in different countries. This guy was giving money to everyone because he wanted to be protected. All right, that's what he wants. He has pictures with Bill Clinton. He has pictures with some of the top people, even in government, Maxine Waters, all the stuff, and he's connected. And right before he's about to testify to Congress, he gets arrested. He got arrested last night. And then this warehouse, because the Southern District of New York was the one that gave the orders to arrest him in the Bahamas. They gave the arrest warrant to Bahamian authorities. All right. So it could be totally coincidence, but at the same time, it's just so weird. There's all this activity. Southern District of New York always has a ton of activity. It always seems like a very, honestly, corrupt district. They're always doing a lot of corrupt things there, from my observation, okay, over the years of the charges they have brought up, the accusations they have brought up. Seems like very corrupt there. And it seems like a giant red flag to have this massive warehouse fire for the evidence building of the NYPD. Very suspicious, very peculiar, and this could be directly related to the Southern District of New York as well, which we know is very suspicious in their intentions, right? Lots of other weird fires. I cover this, just touched on it, but Biden's Secret Service rental vehicles burst into flames after he left Nantucket vacation. All right, this was over Thanksgiving. The Secret Service rented a bunch of uh, different cars, like Jeeps, trucks, little cars, SUVs, all different cars. They were all different. Secret Service rented, I think, 5 different ones. And when they returned them to the rental parking lot, they all magically caught on fire and all burst into flame. Only these 5 cars. Very strange. What were these cars used for? Why would the Secret Service even have rental cars? Very strange. It was just a weird story that was swept under the rug. You think it would be like a national security alert, but it was just no big deal. And now we are also seeing warehouse fires for evidence units, right? For the police, for the NYPD, one of the probably the biggest police department in the US. If it's not the biggest, it's probably one of the biggest, right? And we also see a fire here, all right? 30 firefighters on the scene of Salt Lake City 2 alarm warehouse fire. This is today, right now. If you're watching this Tuesday, this is happening December 13th at 12:25 Mountain Time. All right, so this just happened hour before I'm recording this video, and there's a massive warehouse fire in Salt Lake City happening too. All these fires are always happening. All these warehouse fires, very suspicious, very peculiar, and people are even getting caught doing them. Right? There's been multiple people that have been getting caught just lighting these warehouses on fire because they always light and fire in the most strange situations. All right. Well, this Utah one's very strange too. We'll get to it in just a second. All right. So, Salt Lake City Fire Department crews are currently on the scene of a commercial warehouse fire. Captain Sean Mumedi, Salt Lake City Fire, said the fire occurred late Tuesday morning at 3670 West 500 South. Where the fire started as well as the cause is reportedly unknown at this time. The structure is actively on fire, Mamedi states, and there are 30 firefighters at the scene. So this report just came out December 13th. They're saying it's actively on fire. Right now, the structure is actively on fire. But look at the weather in Utah. Salt Lake City, Utah. I knew it was going to be snowing because it's freezing here. We are barely missing the snow here, but it's snowing all over Colorado in the west right now. I knew it was snowing there too. 31 degrees and it's snowing in Salt Lake City. but there's a massive fire. And I know that fires can happen when it's cold or when it's snowing. I know that's not gonna just like fully prevent it, but at the same time, these fires always happen at very suspicious times of the day. They're always happening at the middle of the night, right? They're always. Uh, I remember there was a string of them in Texas last month, and they were all in the middle of the night, and they were all kind of coordinated too. It was like from Houston going to different cities, almost like if somebody drove. It was like there was a fire here at 11 o'clock at night, and then there was a fire here at 2 a.m., and then there was a fire at like 4, and it was almost like correlated. You could drive to these cities within a few hours and like have these fires going. You know what I mean? So somebody's doing this. Something's going on. Is this a cover up? This NYPD one is very suspicious. Right? People can see it all over the city. People are probably, when they first saw it, they're probably concerned that something bigger was going on. Right? A more dangerous threat. Thankfully, it's not that. But is this a cover up? All right. The Southern District of New York is in charge of a ton of different cases and has evidence on a ton of different things, and they hold evidence for decades on certain cases. That's just what police departments do. Certain police departments, they hold evidence, the entire time for certain crimes. You're in jail, right? Because things could change. They want to keep this evidence. If you're in jail for decades, they want to have that evidence to back it up if anything's ever challenged. But now a lot of this evidence has been destroyed. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think this is suspicious? What else has happened in the Southern District of New York that you think is also sketchy? Hit that like button, hit that sub, follow me on Twitter too, and thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a big old blessed day.